over the past few months, times have been pretty hard. There's been no rugby, let alone any fantasy rugby, for us to play with. So the channel has been pretty dark. But finally, we're back. The Rugby Championship is here, and Superbru have a fantasy league and game that we can play. So it's definitely a win for our community. Now, even though it's not what we're used to with the Autumn Nations and the Six Nations fantasy game, obviously made by Guinness and then the Six Nations, it is with Superbru, so it is slightly different. They do have an app, but I would probably advise playing on browser. That's what I do on my laptop. But if you do play the Premiership Fantasy on Superbru, it's good on the app as well. So let's just be thankful that we've got something to play for. So in this video, I'll just be showing you some of the dashboards and how to navigate, and also links down in the description for joining my league and also just joining the game in itself. If you do subscribe to the channel, great, then, well, you come to the right place for fantasy rugby. But if you're new, then subscribe to the channel. I know most of my subscribers are probably UK and South African, Europe based. If there's any Argentinians, Australians or New Zealand, feel free to subscribe as well. So before we get into how to pick some players, we might want to know how scoring works. All these fantasy games are slightly different, but pretty much the majority of the points come from the same values. So just by starting players, you get 2 points, substitutes get 1. If a player's team wins, also you get 2 points. Try scored is 5 points, so again, picking wingers, back row players who score are probably going to be most beneficial. Also get pretty good points for kickers as well, only with your nominated kicker though. 3 for penalty, 2 for conversion, also 3 for a drop goal. In mind, I've got South Africa, they just tend to do more drop goals. There's quite a few in this game for forward play as well. So forwards with own scrums, they get a few points. So again, looking at the South Africans, even though they do switch their pack, especially their front row, quite a lot, I think there's some good points to be made there. Along with lineouts as well. If they're lineout steals or just win on own lineout, get some points as well. Where you can lose some heavy points are from yellow cards and red cards. Yellow card is -4 and red card is -8. So definitely no picking Thomas Lavanini. With how the game looks and just generally picking players, that's over on the transfers tab at the top, and it's just pretty standard really. Again, people are priced pretty well, I think. You get to pick 4 outside backs, so at the moment I've gone for 3 pretty premium players, Talia, Reese and Colby, with a little bolter in Matteo Carreras as well. But you get to pick 3 centres, 2 fly halves, 2 scrum halves, 4 back rows, 3 second rows, and then 5 front rowers. So obviously picking majority front row players there with 5. Definitely look at people who stay on for the majority of the game. So Thomas Gajo for Argentina, even though maybe their scrum isn't as good, say, as a South Africa, he will just get points by staying on the pitch, completing tackles, turnovers, etc. So have that in mind. As a note, this isn't my final team selection. I'll be doing another final team selection video when the teams are all released. South Africa's are released at the moment and that's it. So stay tuned, notifications on for that video. But if anyone wants to join the league that I'm in the description down below. It'll be good fun to see, well, 1, who is actually playing, and 2, who can win amongst the champs. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see you all in the next one.